Hey, I'm Jeremiah here from Equipter. Today I'm going to show you on the Equipter 7000 how to safely operate it. Alright, we're going to start here at what we call the hitch end or the back end of the unit. So here's your key switch to turn the unit on. This also powers the engine on. You have your display on the unit, and then going to give you an overview here of the actual belly pack or the remote control that you're going to use to operate the 7000. So starting down here at the bottom right, this button right here is actually your pairing button, e-stop button. Over here on the left, starting at the top, we have a horn. This button in the middle here cycles through your different steering modes, four-wheel steer, crab steer, and just one axle steer. The bottom button is your basically like a dead man switch. It actually functions as two buttons. So one is for your packup and setup sequence. That's a dead man switch, and then it also functions as a fork level assist on off. The joystick here is what powers or what operates the drive. So forward, backward, left, right. And then the twist of it controls the throttle or the RPMs. The four paddle switches here, if you notice the white and the orange, these four will actually operate different functions depending which mode you're in. So by default, you're in mode A, which is the orange. All four of these will operate each of the outriggers. I'm going to jump over here to the right. This button at the top is your mode selector. So you hit that once, that goes to mode B, hit it again, back to mode A. This joystick is going to operate your boom functions. So pull it up, go up to go down. This is your tilt. And then the twisting action controls the boom, extend, and retract. And then when you're in mode B, of course, these four go to your packup, your tailgate. There is a finger actually on the boom, we'll show you, and then the hitch itself to up and down to lower it onto the ball of your vehicle. All right, I'm going to demonstrate starting up the 7000 and pairing your belly pack to the machine so you're ready to operate. So first, we're going to do a key switch on. I'm going to pull up the e-stop. Once this comes to the setup screen, the bottom right, we're going to hold that start button for a few seconds. This screen now comes to life and basically mirrors what's on the 7000, and now you're ready to start the engine. All right, now we're going to run through the driving function of the belly pack. So on your belly pack, on the left side here, the joystick. If you want to drive forward, simply push your joystick front. If you want to go into reverse, simply pull it back towards you. For steering, it's all-wheel steer, so simply push it to the right to steer to the right, steer to the left, simply push your joystick to the left. Now we also have two other steering modes. By hitting the center button there once, that switches to crab mode. Now simply steer to the right, and steering to the left, simply push it to the left. If you push the steering mode once again, now you go to one axle steer, and simply the same thing, push it to the right to steer right, and push it to the left to steer left. And pushing it once again, now you're back to four-wheel steer. And that's how you drive and steer the 7000. All right, we're going to run through how to set up the 7000 with the outriggers to enable the max reach of the 7000. So what we have on the display on the unit as well as on the belly pack is these small red lines over each outrigger. So we're going to have to lower the outriggers, get the machine up off of the ground a little bit until each of these lines turns green, which enables the lift system to reach its full capacity. To operate the outriggers, simply make sure you're in mode A, which is displayed on the screen here at the bottom left, as well as on the machine as well, mode A. But in mode A, each of these paddles operate each of the outriggers. So simply pull it down, lower them, and to bring them back up, simply push it up, same way on all 4 of them. All right, now with the unit up on the outriggers, we can proceed to operate the boom. And we do that here on the right-hand side of the joystick. So simply pulling it down is going to raise your boom up. Pushing it up, going to bring the boom back down. Pushing it to the right or to the left is going to operate your dump up and dump down or tilt. Your twisting action on the joystick is going to extend the boom or retract the boom. And then finally, with the debris box, the tailgate function is here on the second paddle. Now you do need to make sure you are in mode B to operate the tailgate. And again, that's selected here on the top button on the right-hand side to switch to mode B. All right, we're going to run through how to hook up or pack up the 7000 ready for towing behind your vehicle. So one of the first things we're going to make sure of is we want to go into mode B. So I'm going to select mode B here on the belly pack. Now we can operate our hitch as well as the pack up and setup. So I'm going to lower the hitch down slightly, pull up slowly to the vehicle. Once I'm centered over the ball in the vehicle, I'll bring that hitch the rest of the way down onto the ball, securing the hitch in place. It's also a good idea to hook up your safety chains. After that's complete, now we can switch to the dead man switch, which is here bottom left. You hold that button. With that being held, you simply push this pack up paddle up and just hold it. You're going to hold it until the image on the display on the unit is actually going to turn green. The outline of the unit is going to turn green once it's all packed up and ready to tow. Okay, we're going to run through how to disconnect the 7000 now from your tow vehicle, get it into setup, or get it set up for safe operation. So one of the first things we're going to do is we can disconnect the light hookup as well as the e-brake, but we're going to leave the safety chains hooked up as well as the hitch, and then we're going to run what's called the setup sequence. So again, you're in mode B, you hold the dead man switch, you operate this to the setup, this paddle. Now it's going to run through the setup sequence on the 7000. And again, you're going to hold that paddle until the light on the display turns green, indicating that it's safe to operate. Then you're simply going to proceed with disconnecting the safety chains as well as releasing the latch on the ball and raising your hitch up like that. Once that hitch is clear, you can slowly drive away from the vehicle. Okay, we're going to demonstrate how to take the debris box off and switch this unit over to put the fork attachment on the unit. And the forks are actually stored in the front of the debris box container. So we're going to demonstrate here how to do that. All right, first thing I'm going to do is actually get the unit in a nosedive here. So I'm going to lower these back outriggers all the way. Once those are all the way down, I am going to lower these other ones, but we're only going to go down to the ground. We're not actually going to lift the unit up. So now that those are down, I'm going to raise the boom, extend it a little bit, and then I'm actually going to pull that pin and the two hydraulic lines that control the tailgate. So I'm going to pull that out. This main pin well as the two lines. Now these, you can just yank on them and they'll come out. Okay, now we're simply going to extend the boom the whole way out. Okay, now that we're all the way out, we're actually going to lower these telescoping front legs. Make sure you do this after the boom is extended all the way. If you do it before, you can actually crush these fenders. So it doesn't matter what order here, there's two pins. I'm going to pull the top one first. Simply lower it all the way down. Put your pin back in. Now pull the other one. Let it go all the way down. Now we're going to go over to the other side, repeat. Again, doesn't matter what order. Okay, now we're ready to lower the boom and simply maneuver it out from underneath the box. Again, the beauty of having a radio controlled unit, I can be right back here watching exactly what's going on. So what I want to make sure to do is basically have the box as level as possible. So I'm going to go up in the front a little bit, go down. I'm going to tilt it down until those front legs are down. Now I'm pretty level. Now I'm simply going to drop the boom all the way down. Now that's as far as it goes, but with this finger, we're going to go over to mode B. Again, top right button. With this finger, I'm going to pull it down, lower it, and that's going to just give me enough clearance. Now I can retract the boom. And we're going to basically just retract out. All right, from here, I'm going to basically get my forks, get the safety cable out of the way, and then simply boom up and attach the forks. So this safety cable, simply remove it. Okay, simply going to raise up. Now, you're going to have to lift up a little bit to get it up over this little notch. These are little safety hooks, basically another layer of safety on to keep that fork carriage attached to the box. So, with it up slightly, now I can start retracting the boom. Lift up, back up. All right, now I'm going to grab that pin. All right, now that we have the forks attached, I'm going to show you how to operate this finger to give you the full range of motion there with the forks. So I'm going to pull away from the debris box a little further here. Now I'm going to simply extend the boom out of the way. All right, now we're going to switch to mode B. And there's a paddle here for the finger. I'm simply going to pull that down, and that's going to lower that finger down. Now I can simply tilt my forks up, bring the boom down, and now those forks are able to reach all the way down to the ground. So that's what that finger is mainly used for, is to be able to pick skids, whatever, up off of the ground right in front of the machine. So. All right. I'm going to run through basically putting the forks, stowing them onto the debris box, hooking it back up, and transitioning. So I'm going to bring the finger back up. Tilt the forks. Now I'm going to suck the boom back in. And I'm going to drive up to the box here. And one of probably about the easiest ways to line up the unit is to actually stand behind the unit. And if you're able to eye down the boom in relation to the box, that gives you a little bit more of a better reading. So. Make sure you're all the way in. Now I'm going to release this main pin. All right, I'm going to hook up my safety cable. And again, I'm making sure the fork carriage is inside of these notches. All right, safety cable's attached. All right, now with the forks attached, I'm gonna retract the boom. And I'm actually gonna bring this unit up closer to the box. Okay? Now I'm going to get this thing into the nosedive again. All right, we're going to have to lower that finger, so mode B. Keep extending. Now we want to basically tilt back. If you notice that bottom bushing, we want to make sure that goes into that cutout. Extend a little more. Yep. Finger up all the way. Now I'm simply going to boom up. And there we have it attached. Now I'm going to raise those telescoping legs. Same thing on this side. All right, I'm going to retract the boom in, get it on top of the unit a little bit more, and then install the pin and the hydraulic lines. All right. And finally, go to mode A, raise your outriggers again. we're all set.